Welcome to the 21st day of Lent, the 20th of March, the first day of spring, a time of spring where the new growth, new hope, new life bursts forth. Well, that was a bit windy, so we're going to have to try it again. Welcome to this 21st day of Lent, and our scripture reading for today comes from 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 13, where it says, "But in accordance with God's promise, we wait for a new heaven and a new earth, where righteousness will find a home." God promised us a new heaven and a new earth, but I think part of that promise probably falls upon us. There's a story of the prophecy from the Anishinaabe people that talks about the 7 fires, 7 periods in the life of people dwelling on Turtle Island. I won't get it exactly right, but essentially it says during the 7th fire, a new people will arise, and they'll backtrack and try to learn from their predecessors and pick up their learnings, and then they'll consult the elders, but the elders they'll find out have lost their way. So these new people will have to now forge their own way, journey forward with their own hope and promise and teaching. Then they talk about the light-skinned people, settlers. When they arrive, they'll have 2 choices. They'll be able to either choose the Spirit and go forward with a sense of compassion and hope and community for one another, or they can choose the way they chose when they first arrived, the way of consumerism and overconsumption, let's just say, being a little hard on creation. And if they choose that latter way, the prophecy says that it will end in destruction. However, if they choose the way of the Spirit, there will be a new heaven, in my words. In their words, we'll go forward in a way of compassion and unity and community and love and hope. Wouldn't that be nice? Let's hope we head that way. This is March 20th, and it's the first day of spring. It's our daughter's birthday today, so happy birthday, Renee. I look into the flower bed from here and I can see flowers now poking out of the ground. That's that sign of new life, breaking through the cold ground of winter. It's an exciting time. Perhaps it's a time of reflecting on this scripture of what a new heaven and a new earth might look like, particularly if we get involved and become those hands and feet of God. That's really what I'm drawing out from this today, is to be those hands and feet of God, be the people that Jesus taught us to be, so we can be leaders in becoming, well, a new heaven. I think we can do it. I think we can do it if we come together as a people, not as a us and them, as I spoke of yesterday, but as we all come together as one people. I think there's hope in that. Let's take a moment in prayer. Creator God, we long for the new heaven and the new earth, where we will dwell in peace and righteousness. May we be your hands and feet, bringing compassion to a desperately hurting world, that your realm of peace and justice might come to earth as well as heaven. This is our prayer for this 21st day of Lent. Amen. Well, I hope you find some time to not be so stir crazy if you're in isolation today. Do something that gives you hope, lifts your spirit. Reach out to someone, have a nice conversation, or perhaps if you've got a deck and you don't have to be too close to anyone, enjoy a nice cup of coffee or tea outside. I know I am. God bless.